Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, what's up, Kredit Kleanse fam?
Yes, yes. If you are on here, go ahead. Y'all know what to do. Let us know that you are in this thing. Also, take this time to share, 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 tag, tag, tag. Somebody else out there might need this information just as much as you do. Do not be no hater in these streets. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Shauna.
How you doing, Miss Lisa? What's up, Shauna? Facebook user. Peace and love.
Miss Tisha.
Miss Tisha, Donnell,
Yeah, Danelle.
Shalonda. How you doing? How you doing? What's up? What's happening?
Yes. All right. So tonight we are definitely getting down into it, how to increase that FICO score. Sometimes it's just a little maneuver. Like once you know how it works, you good to go. So that's what we're finna break down and give y'all some gems at that.
Thanks.
Hey, hey Nisha.
Some of y'all need a refresher course, and we have a lot of new people. We have a lot of new family members. So, you know what I'm saying? We got to bring them up to speed too, y'all.
Yes, yes. All right. And if you are just tuning in, go ahead. Let us know that you in here and say, hey, something. Don't just be lurking in these streets. And also take the time to tag, 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 or share, share, share. Somebody else out there might need this information just as much as you do. Do not be no hater in these streets. Hey, Damien. Hey, Scotty. I'm assuming.
So, while while we're sharing and tagging, you know what I'm saying? If you didn't tag and you didn't share it to who you gonna tag and share it to, y'all tell me what's your favorite song like right now? What's your favorite song right now? I'm gonna tell you mine. Mine is Lonely by the Baby. That song is like stuck in my head. It's so fire. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So why you ain't crunk like I am? Like
Because I'm not all into that. My song is Closer.
by Nia?
No,
What?
it's by this chick.
By this chick? That's a weird name for an artist.
hmm I don't
It's
know her
by
name.
this chick. This chick. That's a weird name.
Hey, Ebony. Long
Song go.
time no see.
Hey, what's up? What's up? So closer. How does that song go? She said, "I don't even know who Lil
Um,
Baby is." I said, "Dub Baby." It's Dub Baby.
it's the song that Ebony used to play when we did Credit and Cocktail. Dun, dun. I can't even think of it right now. Hold on. Hmm.
Bro, you playing that marriage that song you play when you get married? Dun, 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 dun.
No,
That was
no,
the beat you was just
no,
doing. Like, come on,
no,
man. Come on, man.
no. Hey guys, for those of you just tuning in, go ahead, take this time, share, 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 and tag, tag, tag. We definitely finna get in there so y'all know how to increase those FICO scores.
Ebony said, "Go Pale, go Pale, go Pele, go
No,
Peel."
no, this is the song I'm talking
Oh,
about.
that's the name of that's Ebony's song.
Oh yes, that is the song. Closer to my dream.
Oh, y'all let that beat. Oh,
I'm getting high, closer to my dream. All right, so that's it. Mhm. All right, guys, y'all ready to get started? Yes. All right. So I'm your girl, Kyra.
And I'm your bro King.
And we are Credit Cleanse.
Yes, we are. So some of y'all might call us financial literacy experts, or some of y'all might call us credit repair experts. But we just striving to be professionals with a personal touch. Period. We've been featured in numerous media outlets. I'm talking about the front page of the newspaper. Mama, I made it. Your son is famous. We've been in multiple magazine articles, including Text Appeal. We've had features on the radio, advertisements on the radio multiple times. We won one of the best small businesses in Central Texas in 2020. And we won the best small business in Central Texas in 2021 in multiple categories. Best in business services, best small business of the year, and all of that. And we also on Amazon. Kyra, shameless plug.
Yes, our book on Amazon is called Stop Paying Their Mortgage and Pay Your Own. Of course, we know that may be a long title for you. So all you have to do is put in the search bar Credit Cleanse. That's credit with a K, cleanse with a K. If home ownership is your goal, this is definitely the book for you. It's not only going to break down how to cleanse that credit, it's going to tell you all the things you need to know to get into that home, including your debt to income ratio, and even some programs out there that can help you with the down payment assistance or closing costs. So, guys, if the home ownership is the goal, this is the book for you.
Big facts, big facts. So if you know Credit Cleanse, if you're a family member, or you've been following us, you know we do this coaching and mentoring stuff, but we are not above the process, y'all. We really not. Shout out to the GOAT coach. Our coach actually sits on the board for Experian as a subject matter expert. Of course, along with being a real estate guru, crypto, um, what else he do? He got a
All the
cooking
above.
company and
Yes.
all of this good stuff. Hold on. First of all, I'm giving my coaches flowers. Don't do that. So look, when it comes to this business stuff, when it comes to this credit stuff, I think we'll say we good at it. We low key fire at it. And again, you can call us financial literacy experts or credit repair experts, but we prefer to be called bridge builders because we find out where our clients are, where they want to be, and we go bridge that gap. In most cases, that's financial.
Yes, yes. All right, so now y'all know a little bit about Credit Cleanse over here. So now, if our audio is good and you are just able to hear us, go ahead and put the ones in the comments. One, one, one. All right, if this is your first time being on here, one thing that we love is when you're actively engaged. Okay, guys? The more actively engaged that y'all are, the more sauce, the more gems that we are giving y'all. Of course, if there's no engagement at all, you know what we do? We shut this bad boy off because we out here winning in these streets, but we want y'all to be out here winning in these streets as well. All right, put them ones in the chats, put them ones in the comments.
All right, I see them ones rolled out. Quite a few, quite a few, quite a few. So let's get into it. So what's up with this secret that you're talking about? What's up? What's up? What's the talk
All
to me?
right, so I need everybody out here winning. All right, winning in these streets for 2022. And before we can do that, the one thing we do need to get together is our credit, right? But a lot of y'all are stuck maybe in the four, the fives, even the sixes, and y'all just like, okay, what I need to do. And a lot of these credit repair companies out here, they telling you they can take all this stuff off, right? But are they educating you and teaching you how to actually rebuild it and start getting approved, not denied? How many of us out here um, believe that we have a credit score? How many have, everybody on here? How many people on here have a credit score? Put me in the chats if you have a credit score. Me, 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 me.
Nobody? Ain't nobody got no credit score?
Okay. So we got a little lag. That's what it is. Okay. Well, guys, y'all are wrong. We do not have a credit score. What do we have, King?
We have credit data. That score won't even belong to you. So that score is really just an algorithm, right? or a complex math problem. So when your credit gets pulled, what they do is take a snapshot of your credit profile and they run it through the system, see what the likelihood that you're going to pay your bills on time. That's it.
Right. Yes. So guys, we don't really have a score. And that's why depending on who's pulling it, that's what shoots out. Because it's just the likelihood based on their system that they're using that you're gonna be able to pay that.
So if I don't have a score, then like, what's the whole point of this credit stuff then? Like, I'm confused.
Yes. All right. So the whole point of this is, like I say, you want to be getting approved out here in these streets. And if you do on a score, let me tell you why you don't have a score. Okay, guys, real quick. So let's say that I have 800, right? But all I have is stuff coming from other people. I don't really have nothing that truly makes up what I've done, right? But I have an 800. Keem has a 700, but he has a mortgage, student loan. He has auto loan. He has all this stuff going on, right? Guess who they're most likely to give it to? It's gonna be him, not me, because I don't have anything on there that's truly mine. I just piggybacked off of people's stuff, right? Those secondary trade lines. He actually has everything on there, and it's coming from him. It's his accounts. He's gonna get it versus me getting it, even though I have that 800 and he only has that 700.
Big facts. So I'm gonna give you guys another way to look at it. When it comes to your credit score, it's less about the numbers and it's actually more about the credit experiences. What experiences do you have with having credit cards? What experiences do you have with loans? And the overall, how can I put this? Like the better experiences you've had in the past, the more likely that somebody was like, okay, I can rock with you. Your name is good in these streets, as Kyra would say. So if all you've been doing is piggybacking off of somebody else's credit, that's those trade lines and authorized users or whatever. Are they beneficial to an extent? But nothing is more important than actually having your own credit by having your own accounts. That's really what it boils down to.
All right. So how do we get this? All right. I know y'all want to know. So we are going to break it down. We're going to actually tell you how to get up to that 850. All right. And we also going to give you little hacks in between just so that y'all can start winning. Y'all can apply immediately and start winning in these streets. Okay. All right. The first thing that we have is going to be the biggest category ever is your payment history.
Hold on, can I stop you
Go
right
ahead.
there real quick? So if you didn't catch it, Kyra said that we're going to build your 850 score and we're going to break it down, like take you from 0 all the way to 850. Now, before Kyra starts, you're going to get a free 300. So it doesn't matter how trash your credit is. If you have a score, it's going to be at least a 300. That's a given. So my bad. Go ahead. I just wanted to say that real quick.
Okay. So yeah, so first category being is your payment history. Payment history is 35% of your overall score. That's 192.5, but if you want to round it up, 193. All right. So payment history, that means any one late payment that you have on there is going to take you down up to 100 points. So imagine if you have a profile that's full of late payments on there. Like I said, one late payment is going to drop you up to 100 points. So imagine what multiple will do.
Facts. Y'all know how they say that showing up is half the battle. Paying your bills on time, that's half the battle. Just actually paying them on time. Am I lagging?
Right.
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah, you're freezing, but we can still hear you.
Okay. So when it comes to payment history, we can't put any more plain than that. Pay your bills on time if you want to have good credit. So let's say that you're in a situation where you know that you can't afford this payment this month because of an emergency. The best thing to do is call your lender or creditor and see if you can work out some kind of payment arrangement, or if you can do a partial payment or put it towards the back of the loan. You will be shocked when they say yes. because this when you have like late payments, it's a slippery slope. First you miss one payment, and then before you know it, your missed accounts close. And before those lenders and creditors lose you as a client, they would much rather take a little loss and have you pay the money back later and get you back current. So
Right.
bottom line, make sure that you reach out if you're having trouble.
Right. And one thing I do want to say, growing up, what was a lot of us taught, and I still see it all the time on here on posts. Just pay your bills on time and you're gonna have good credit. Well, guys, if you add what you get at the beginning is 300 automatically, right? Add that 192.5. What is your score?
Not even 500.
Yep, 492.5. If we want to round it up, 493. That is not 700. That is not great credit. So that right there debunks what a lot of people are saying. Just pay your bills on time and you're going to have great credit.
Big facts. So our second most important factor is utilization. Utilization just pretty much means that you have credit cards and that whatever percentage is your overall utilization. So if you have $1,000 credit card and you're using 30% of it, that means that you're using $300 of that. And it's actually the most, the absolute most that you want to have reporting on your credit card is 30%. Any more than that, then you are looked at as high risk to lenders. You want to be in that sweet spot. You actually want to be between like 6 and 7%. So that means that you're using credit responsibly, but you're not relying on it too much.
Right. And there goes for those of you that have credit cards that you are not using at all, that you have a zero balance. One, once COVID hit, now they are more likely to close that card out because of inactivity. So you definitely want to make sure you're using it at least once every 3 months for those of you that have credit cards. Another thing is, guys, when you have a zero as the balance in the FICO algorithm is looking like, okay, you're not utilizing it. So we're not going to utilize this either. So you actually, it hurts you by not using it at all. Use between $1 and $99 on that card. Have that report. Do not let it be a zero balance. You can, like, let's say if you got 10 cards, maybe 5 of them have a zero balance, but you have some balances on the other ones, that's fine. But you do not want to have, if you have only one or two and it all be zero. That is the same as having a maxed out card. So if you have a maxed out card or you have a card that you're not using at all and it's zero balance, you're in the same category and you're not getting that 165 points.
Big facts. And I know when it comes to credit cards, some people are fearful. It's like, oh, I don't want to get a credit card because I don't want to get in debt. I understand that. I fully understand that. But when it comes to this credit thing, you have to get credit cards. So just because, and when it comes to credit cards and when it comes to money, it's a skill at the end of the day. Managing money is a skill. And what do you do when you don't have skills? You practice, 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 or you get you a coach, or maybe you do both if you're smart. We have to. We live in a day and age that if you don't have good credit, you can't do nothing. One, you can't buy a house, and now you can't even rent a house. Like for real, for real. If your credit score is trash, they're not even allowing you to rent a home. You can't do nothing without it. So you have to do it. We have to master this skill so we can live. Period.
Right. And I'm going to give y'all another hack. The easiest thing to do with your cards to make sure you're utilizing them is pay your bills with your credit card. Then take the money that you were going to pay that bill with anyway and pay off that credit card. Now you are doing something you had to do anyway. But one, you're keeping that card active. And if you have a great type of card, a card that has reward points or cash back rewards, guess what? Now you're making money for doing something that you had to do anyway. That's where, like, the people that you see going on free trips all the time, utilizing their credit cards and stuff, is not because they just out there swiping. They might just be paying their bills with it and collecting those points, and before you know it, are collecting that cash. Before you know it, now you're able to get the free trips. You're able to get cash back so it can pay your bill or just have money sent to you. Now your money is making you money. And guess what? All you did was pay your bills. That's the simplest way to start utilizing those credit cards. Make sure you have credit cards that have reward points or cashback reward, some type of reward system going on. Which brings me to saying, for those of you that have subprime cards, all right, subprime cards are the type of credit cards that they use to target people with bad credit. Those type of cards have outrageous monthly fees. They have annual fees. They have, even if you don't utilize that card at all, you still have a monthly fee behind it, right? That's usually your Credit Ones, Horizon, what's some
Open
others?
Sky, Premier Bank, those
Yes,
type of cards.
those type of cards. Now, if you have those, I can see why a lot of people are being like, no, I don't need no credit card. That's why. You want to get the type of cards that don't have a monthly fee. If you have the right type of cards, then you don't have to worry about a monthly fee. And if you have a bad boy card, which I like to call my American Express, the Platinum, the Gold, Chase, Sapphire Reserve, stuff like that, you do have an annual, but the benefits outweigh all the annual fee. So, like I'm saying, if you have those, don't close them out. It's a method to the madness. Don't just go close your cards out because that can hurt you as well. But just think about getting those type of cards from the banks. And even if you have to start with a subprime card, the key is to get from that type of card to eventually get your Capital One, your Discover, Chase, Bank of America, American Express, those type of cards.
Facts. So I'm gonna give you two ways to identify if you have a trash card or if you're dealing with one. One, if your credit limit is under $500 and you have a monthly fee or annual fee, that's a trash card. If you know your credit score is trash and you're in the rebuilding phase, but they sending you credit card offers in the mail, that card is trash. Unless it's Capital One. Capital One is one of those places that they will rock with you if they see that you're rebuilding. But if it don't say Capital One on it, it's
Or
trash.
Discover.
Or Discover. Uh, yeah. If it don't say one of those two, one of those big names, yeah, it's trash.
And it's okay. We all start there. And guys, this is something that's not taught in school, not taught in majority of our homes or out in the community. So it's okay if you start there. The thing is, don't stay there. This is where we're changing it right now today.
So with our great utilization, that gave us like another 165 points. But if you do the math, y'all, we still not even at 700 yet. We haven't cracked that 700. So let's finish building this score. Next up is your credit age, and this accounts for 15% of your score or 82.5 points. So when it comes to credit age, you have to take the amount of accounts that you have, uh, and however, so let's look at it like this. Let's say I got two credit cards. One's a 6-year-old credit card. The other one's a 6-year-old credit card. We're going to average those. So that means we got to add them together and divide by the number of accounts. So 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. The average age of your credit is 6 years. That's actually really good. But let me show you how opening one new account can affect your credit score. So let's say our new card is only 1 year old. 6 plus 6 plus 1 is 13. 13 divided by 3 is 4.3. 4.3 years. Now you might look at it like, okay, well, King, that's still not that bad. It's not that far from 6. That can be the difference in getting you like a 10K limit versus a 20K limit. In real life example. So me and Kyra went through the rebuilding process together. The major advantage she had over me was her student loans had a lot of age to them. Because of that, I was only able to get like 9,500 to be exact, and Kyra was able to get like 25,000 out the gate. And the only difference was her credit age was much more established than mine. So please don't sleep
Yes.
on that.
Yes. The older the age, the more that they like, okay, this person been doing that. So I'm willing to trust them with more versus a person that if you have 1 8, like 1 year old type of accounts, then they're like, okay, you still in the new phase. We still weighing you out, trying to see what you about to do. With that being said, guys, I know a lot of people have student loans on your accounts, right? And you have these credit companies that's out there that's like, yeah, I'll delete it off your profile. Is not always a good idea. You need to make sure whoever you use, and I'm not saying you have to use Credit Kleanse, but whoever you use, that they are educated about how credit works. If they just go and remove a 10-year-old student loan that had no late payments, always was payments on time, they just hurt you. They didn't help you, because now when you got the other bad things that are reported on your credit profile, guess what? If you would have kept those student loans and you would have went and got some credit cards or whatever, and you're trying to get top tier cards, you probably, if you got approved for a 10,000 card, guess what? If you would have kept those student loans, that might have been 25, 30, 40,000 right off the bat. So please make sure that they actually know what they are truly doing. I know you have some people out there, they fix their own and now they think they can fix everybody else's. It don't work like that, guys. Everybody's profile is different. When me and Kim say that we've done years of training, we still get educated because laws are ever changing. But we want y'all to make sure that you understand how the credit works. So if you have student loans on your account and they are aged, you never had any late payments because they've all, you either been in school the whole time, or when you got out you had them in deferment or forbearance, or even you were making the payments on there. Regardless of what it is, it shows on there that you're making a payment on time, even when you're not, as long as you have it in one of those that I just said, deferment, forbearance, are you in school. So that is helping, one, your payment history, which is 35% of your score, right? And also now it's helping your credit age as well. So it's telling lenders and creditors out there that you are responsible. Not only that, that you're going to school to better yourself. That's what they see, regardless if you finished or not, so that you're making above minimum wage so they can trust you with more. And when it comes to the home buying process, guys, right now they are only taking 0.5% of your student loan. So just because you have $100,000 worth of student loans out there, it's not going to hurt your chances of getting into a home, because they're only going to be utilizing 0.5 of that.
I'm sorry, I was reading comments trying to see what if anybody had any questions about what you just said. Um, so when it comes to this credit age, I want to say this real quick, Kai, before we move on. When it comes to credit age, I actually feel like it should be worth more, and here's why. Credit age is like pretty much the only thing that you cannot manipulate when it comes to your credit report. If you have missed a late payment, we can get that deleted. If your utilization is high, we can pay that down, or we can actually add more credit to it so we can shrink the overall utilization, right? When it comes to your credit mix, we can always add
You went out.
other type.
You went out,
Can you,
King.
can you
Now,
hear me now?
yeah.
So we can when it comes to payment history, we can always delete it. When it comes to utilization, we can always pay it down or get more credit. When it comes to credit mix, we can add credit cards. When it comes to hard inquiries, we can delete those. There's no way to fake the credit age. Like, you have to get a card and let it age. So imagine somebody that's brand new that sent off a couple of letters and got lucky, wiping off your, or they learned a fraud tactic and they wipe everything off your credit report. I just seen someone in the comments say they had a credit card for 11 years. 11 years.
You
I'm
went
just
out again.
lost.
11 years.
Yeah, imagine losing 11 years because of somebody that don't know what they're doing. If you want to do it yourself, y'all, make sure you get trained right. And if you're going to have somebody restore your credit, repair your credit, make sure they know what they're doing, y'all.
Facts. And I know y'all, some of us out here is like, but we get authorized user accounts. We can get those secondary trade lines and add it on there. Well, they kind of got hip to that. So now when they're looking at your profile overall, they're taking all those authorized users, those secondary trade lines out, and they're just focused on what you actually have yourself.
And if you don't believe us, go to myfico.com, right? And look and pull up your report, and you will see that if you have any authorized users, they actually remove those. They only count what you have on there yourself. Again, like we said, y'all, it's an algorithm. They're always upgrading the math problem to make it smarter, to make it better. You can't finesse them like that no more. This ain't 2005.
All right. So now we done paid our bills on time.
Facts.
All right.
Uh,
Our credit cards, we keeping under 30%. Let me say this too. Ooh, I'm glad we went back real quick. So with the utilization, if you go over 30% and that reports to the bureaus, it actually does the opposite effect and it tanks your score. So a lot of you sitting in the 600s, and really it's because your credit utilization is too high. You use too much of your credit card. If you actually bring those down underneath the 30, and if you really want to get all 165 points underneath 10%, right,
facts.
then you will find out that you possibly could already be in the 700s. Of course, I'm saying that means that you don't really have anything that's impacting your credit in a negative way. But if you are wondering why you are stagnant in the 600s, no matter what you do, look at your utilization, bring those credit card balances down. Remember, not zero, anything above zero, and you will see that you possibly could be jumping over into the 700 right there. All right, now we did the utilization. We got that. We got credit age. What's next, King?
Next up is our credit mix. Credit mix accounts for 10% of your score or 55 points. Keem, what is a credit mix? That means that you got the right mix of credit. So now if you're asking me, if someone can't tell me how to build my credit, I'm not going to allow them to fix it. And this is how you know if somebody knows their stuff when it comes to credit mix. If you ask me, Keem, what do I need to have on my credit profile, to be really solid? I'm telling you, you need to have two loans, you need to have two credit cards, you need to have a line of credit, and you need to have a charge card. That's a beautiful credit mix. Most people are not even going to know about having a line of credit or a charge card, and that they're looked at as the different type of revolving accounts. That is like a beautiful credit mix. And for real, I've never seen somebody over 800 and not have a charge card. But Kyra, you can reel me back in because I know I just went out there.
All right. So, yes, the credit mix. So, what you want to have is like your revolving accounts. Like Keem said, the revolving accounts are your credit cards, lines of credit, charge accounts. Those right there are going to count into the revolving type of installment accounts you want to have. You want to have, so when it comes to installment, that means any type of loan you've ever had. It doesn't have to be open. It can be closed now as long as it was in good standing. But that's your auto loan, mortgage, student loans, a personal loan that you've taken out. Any loan that would count as your installment. And then, of course, like King said, to add in there, like the charge account, that's your usually with American Express. Those are the cards that you charge it up, and then in 30 days it's due in full. But that balances out where you will jump up into the 800 region.
Um, I want to explain something real quick for our newbies. So just in case you guys don't understand how this works, when it comes to installment accounts, that means that you were granted some certain amount of credit. Let's say it was 10K, and you pay that $10,000 back over time. That or in installments. That's called an installment account. When it comes to credit cards, that means that you have a certain limit on your card. Let's say $300. If I swipe it for 150, that means I have 150 left, but I also owe 150. If I pay that off, if I pay it off in full and I don't owe them any money, well, I can use the $300 again, right? And like Kyra was explaining, when it comes to a charge card, it's just like a credit card. The only difference between the charge card and the credit card is credit card will allow you to make uh, a minimum payment every month. So if I owe 150, they may only want me to pay $25 per month until it's paid off. Charge cards, they're going to want their full balance due by the end of the month. And
Right.
the last revolving type is a line of credit. And this is like a hybrid between the installment account and like credit cards. So you're going to have a set limit, let's say 10,000, and you can use it and make a minimum payment. And as long as so it's pretty much like a loan and a credit card mixed together. You can use it, and as long as the minimum payments is on point, you can continue to use it back and forth.
Right, right. All right. So I will wait to the end because we're building this 850 right now. But I'm gonna give y'all some extra sauce. But I'm only gonna give y'all that extra sauce if it end up being a total of, let's say, 27 people, just because I like the seven. So 27 actually get on here. And of course, this is from YouTube. This is from our private Facebook group, and this is from the Facebook group as well. If we get to 27, right now we're at 24 on our screen. If we get to 27, we're going to get y'all some extra gems that y'all can actually apply and utilize today. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You froze on us.
Am I
Okay.
back?
Yep, you're back.
Okay. You can take this one. They're probably tired of hearing from me.
No, if anything, me.
So next up is hard inquiries. And a hard inquiry is just an indication that you have been seeking credit. So anytime that you go to a creditor or a lender and you attempt to get some credit from them, you will have a hard inquiry on your profile.
Yes, yes, yes. Are you still talking, King?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So when also, okay, so hard inquiry, that is 10%, 55 points. A lot of people's like 55 points. Okay, so what? Well, 55 points is a lot. It could be the deal breaker between having great credit and excellent credit, or having great credit and average credit. So those 55 points are everything. When it comes to getting your credit pool, you want to make sure you are doing it strategically, that you're not just out here applying for any and everything, because those inquiries add up. Now, anytime that you have a credit monitoring service, so that be like the Experian, TransUnion, the Equifax, they all have their credit monitoring system. You also have what we use like Identity IQ. You have a smart credit out there, even Credit Karma, right? Anytime that you are pulling your credit yourself, that is a soft inquiry. So it doesn't count against you.
Big facts. Real quick, I'm gonna give you some sauce on how you can keep those inquiries to a minimum. So when
You're going out
so
on
let's
us
say that
again.
all right. So I'm see if I can just hop on my phone.
Okay. So while he hops on the phone, I'm gonna just go in a little bit more when it comes to the hard inquiries. Guys, you can have a 700 or 800 and still like credit score and still get denied. And the reason being that you would still get denied is could be because you have too many hard inquiries. If you have too many, that means more than like 4 in a 6 month window, then they will start automatically denying you. They don't care what your profile looked like. So that's why when I say build strategically, anybody that you are going to, they need to be making sure that they are helping y'all build strategically and not just have you applying for any and everything, because those hard inquiries weigh a lot when it comes to certain things. If you have all right, you are back with us. Can't hear you though.